Hey everyone, welcome back to Modest Money Channel. Today, I'm reviewing Quicken Simplify, a personal finance app that promises to make budgeting easier and more efficient. I'll cover the features, the downsides, and whether it's worth your money. Plus, stick around for a big discount if you decide to give it a try. Before we jump into the details, let's take a quick look at Quicken's background and how it became a trusted name in personal finance. Quicken has been a big name in personal finance for over 40 years. I remember hearing about Quicken and QuickBooks growing up. They were the go-to tools for managing money long before mobile apps existed. If you ever balanced a checkbook or tracked a budget on a desktop, chances are Quicken played a role. Over the years, they've evolved to keep up with changing technology, and the latest advancement is Simplify by Quicken. It's their answer to modern money management, a sleek, mobile-friendly app that connects your accounts and tracks spending in real time. It feels like Quicken's classic approach to finance, but built for today's world. Now let's get into what actual users have to say about Simplify. Overall, they have a 4.3 out of 5 in the Apple App Store, which is pretty solid. I read through all the reviews I could, and I want to share a couple so you have a better idea of how people are finding the app in day-to-day use. One longtime user mentioned that they've tried almost every budgeting app out there, and Simplify came out on top. They highlighted how reliable the syncing feature is for connecting to financial institutions, which is something other apps often struggle with. The user even noted that Simplify allows for manual uploads if a bank isn't supported, making it a flexible option no matter where you bank. I found a few other themes in the reviews I dug through. There was also a lot of love for how Simplify tracks recurring expenses like subscriptions, bills, and transfers. Some users mentioned that it lets them calendar out paydays and upcoming bills so they know their estimated balance on any given day. It's like getting a sneak peek at your financial future without having to constantly do mental math. Now, not everything is perfect. A couple of users reported minor lag during syncs, but most said it wasn't a big issue. One person even joked that their only real complaint was the lack of a dark mode. Hey, I feel that. I'm always rooting for more apps to offer dark mode. But beyond that, the feedback is overwhelmingly positive, especially around how easy it is to set savings goals and keep everything organized. So far, it seems like users are loving Simplify's ability to blend automation with customization. If you're the type of person who wants a bit of structure, but also the freedom to tweak things to your liking, Simplify seems like it was designed just for you. All right, let's talk about the key features of Quicken Simplify, break down how it works, and wrap things up with my final thoughts on whether or not it's worth it. Spoiler: at this price point, I'm pretty impressed with what this app brings to the table, especially if you like the flexibility to manage your finances your way. One of the standout features for me is how Simplify gives you a complete overview of your finances. It connects directly to all your bank accounts, credit cards, and savings accounts, so everything is neatly laid out in one place. No more juggling multiple apps just to see where you stand. Simplify pulls it all together automatically. Another thing to like is how Simplify doesn't force you into a strict budgeting style. Whether you like envelope budgeting, the 50-30-20 rule, or just tracking expenses loosely, Simplify's spending plan adapts to how you spend. It starts with your monthly income, subtracts bills and savings, and shows you exactly how much you have left to spend. I can just open the app and know, down to the dollar, what's safe to spend on things like takeout or that spontaneous Amazon order. The savings goals feature was mentioned as a strong point in many of the reviews I read, and I have to agree. You can set up as many savings goals as you want, whether you're saving for an emergency fund, a vacation, or a new laptop, without opening separate savings accounts. And the app tracks your progress in real time, showing you how far you've come and when you can expect to hit your goal. It even suggests how much more to set aside each month if you want to reach your target faster. I like that I can include my savings goals directly in my budget, so I don't accidentally dip into money that's already spoken for. And the automation makes it so easy. Once you link your accounts, Simplify tracks your progress without any extra work on your part. I think it can really help you stay motivated, especially when saving for something big. It's like watching those small wins pile up. Now, let's talk about spending. Simplify not only categorizes your transactions automatically, but it also gives you customizable watch lists. I'm the kind of person who needs a little nudge every now and then to stay on track, especially when it comes to things like eating out. With Simplify, I can set alerts to remind me if I'm approaching my spending limit in any category. So, if I budget $150 for restaurants and hit 90% of that, I'll get a notification telling me it's time to dial it back. No more surprises when I check my bank balance at the end of the month. This feature can help save you from overspending, which is one of the main points of budgeting apps, isn't it? And it's not just alerts. It also gives you these neat visual graphs that show where your money is going throughout the month. For me, seeing everything laid out so clearly makes it much easier to adjust spending before things get out of hand. All right, let's get into pricing. Simplify is already one of the more affordable personal finance apps out there. It costs just $5.99 per month, but it's billed annually, so you'll pay $71.88 for the whole year. Honestly, for everything it offers, that's a solid deal. But here's the best part. If you use my exclusive link, which can be found in the description, you can get 50% off your subscription. That's a huge discount, and it makes the app even more accessible, especially if you're someone who wants to try it out but isn't sure if it's worth the investment yet. Also, I should mention, you get a 30-day free trial to test everything out, completely risk-free. This gives you plenty of time to dig into the features, connect your accounts, and see if Simplify's tools are a good fit for your financial needs. If it doesn't click with you, no harm done. But if it does, you're already set up to save 50% off the full subscription price with my link. That's a win-win in my book. So, is Simplify by Quicken worth it? If you want a flexible, customizable budgeting app, I'd say yes. What I love most is how it automates transactions while still letting you budget your way. It's simple but powerful. That said, if you need investment tracking or credit monitoring, you will need to use a separate app for that, which isn't ideal. With a 30-day free trial and 50% off using my link, there's no risk in trying it out. If this review helped, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss future videos. Check the link in the description for your discount, and happy budgeting!